This is A-Game, fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, and we are back with another video. And in this video, I want to speak on something that a lot of our brothers are really not paying attention to when it comes to aiding brothers, helping brothers, helping men in your family, helping your sons. What we don't focus on is we don't focus on developing, or we may not purposely focus on developing our masculine light. We do not focus on developing our masculine light. And the reason why we don't focus on developing our masculine light, and how I know we don't, is because here in this space, we do not focus on the personal development of Black men. That is something we don't focus on. We do not focus on cultivating and developing the man inside. We do not focus on these things. Hence why today most Black men are not even called providers no more. They don't even look at men as providers. It is because part of the first P, which is provision, is the production of masculine light, which gives him the ability to look ahead. You see, which generates stability. See, a lot of us brothers think that paying for the groceries and paying all of the bills in the house is that's one form of stability. See, that's one form of stability. That is stability for your everyday living. But what about the future of your family? See, there'll be no future if you have no future for yourself. So if you're just the type of dad or the type of man that just come home, he works, he give up his check, he makes sure all the bills are paid, that's stability. But it's only in one form. Hence why this video, I'm asking brothers, are you a lighthouse or a mere strobe light? Are you the type of man that just come home, pay for everything, make sure it's food in the house, and then you go in your room and put your hands in your nuts like Al Bundy, put your feet up, have a beer, and watch the football game? Now, I'm not saying if that's the type of man you want to be, that's a problem, but understand that you're just a strobe light. And I want you to understand, brother, that you are actually covering up the light that's inside of you. You're only using part of your light. Hence why you're just a strobe light. Hence why a lot of men are unhappy in marriages. A lot of men are unhappy in relationships. It is due to the fact that men, a lot of times, when they get in relationships and marriages and start having families, they lose sight of their purpose. You see, this is why having a family is something you create on purpose. It is not something that is what people like to say compulsory. You don't have to have a family. You don't have to have one. That should be of a man's making, of a man's choice. You see, your family is supposed to aid you in your purpose. You having a son, you having a daughter is supposed to aid your purpose. It is supposed to continue your purpose, your legacy. You see? So your children or you having children is not supposed to stop you from going out and becoming that lighthouse. Because your children should be even more of a motivation. But a lot of us get caught up in the mundane living when we have a family, when we're in a relationship. We get caught up in that. And we get caught up in that because Black men were taught wrong. See, we weren't taught what men were. We were taught what males do, which is protect and provide. But see, men don't just provide in a tangible way. Men provide in an intangible way. And a lot of us brothers are not providing in that way because we're not supplying ourselves with the internal value that we need to exude the intangible value in our families, amongst our women, amongst our children, amongst our brothers, amongst our sisters. We don't know how to show compassion. We don't really know how to show that we care. It is because that hasn't been cultivated within us. Hence why most brothers' masculine light is just a strobe light. When Black men were lighthouses, if you look at the history of Black men, all of the Black men that we could still name today, they were lighthouses. They weren't strobe lights. Marcus Garvey was a lighthouse. Malcolm X was a lighthouse. Martin Luther King was a lighthouse. Dr. Khalid Muhammad was a lighthouse. George Jackson was a lighthouse. Fred Hampton was a lighthouse. Bobby Seale was a lighthouse. Huey P. Newton was a lighthouse. Mutulu Shakur was a lighthouse. Nipsey Hussle was a lighthouse. These men became lighthouses because they developed their masculine light. See, they understood provision in its entirety. You see, when Nipsey Hussle was gangbanging and was running around destroying his community, that he admitted, he knew he was just a strobe light. When you the big homie of the set and you sending dudes out on crash dummy missions and dudes are going to jail and losing their life, you're just a strobe light. But when you do what Nipsey did, that's when you become a lighthouse. Hence why you see the connection in hip hop on the West Coast with the Blood artists and the Crip artists. Nipsey started that with him teaming up with YG because they understood that Black men are lighthouses. You have to be a lighthouse. Lighthouses are more resourceful than strobe lights. because you can attribute the strobe light to fame. The light stays on you for a little while and then it moves away. And there's too much black men today striving to be strobe lights instead of being that lighthouse. Because that is what the black man and the black family needs. We need lighthouses. We don't need strobe lights. The strobe light is the hustler. The strobe light is the scammer. These are your strobe lights. These are men who have took their masculine light and used it incorrectly. They've used it in a derelict manner. They've used it in a degenerative manner. Hence why they're not famous, but they're infamous. That's the strobe light. You see, when your leadership and your influence only impacts in a negative way, you're a strobe light. You're a strobe light. But when you take your light and you cultivate it and you personally develop into what you want to become, you become a lighthouse. You become that lighthouse. And shout out to my brother, the Book of Ronan, for mentioning this, man, because we spoke about this in a conversation. But brothers, this is what manhood is about. This is why I said earlier in my live stream, make sure y'all go and check that out, that it is your choice to die a man. That's your choice, to die a man. You see? See, men don't become strobe lights. Males are strobe lights. Men become the lighthouse. And when I say the lighthouse, I don't mean everything and no. But we become that pillar of influence that we need as men. We become the resources that we need for one another. See, because if we focus on that, we don't have to go and ask nobody for nothing. We don't even have to go and ask each other for support. If we all strive to become the lighthouse, we don't have to run here. We don't have to run there to galvanize the people to support our ideas, to galvanize money to support our ideas. See, when all of us focus on becoming the lighthouse, then guess what? When all of the lighthouses come together, we bring all the people who come and receive light from our lighthouses. So guess what that creates? That creates a body politic. That creates the numbers that we need to go and to have political representation. But if we running around here still practicing this, why the hell are we talking about politics? When the majority of us men are practicing a value system that keeps black men mere strobe lights. Because remember, The light starts where, brothers? The light starts within. The light comes from within, and it shines without. You see? So are you a lighthouse or just a mere strobe light? Get down in the comment section, brothers, and let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Much love to the A-Game Nation. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.